Already we are seeing about globalization, right? We have started globalization, right? You all know what is called globalization and all, right? I hope that you have a little bit idea about globalization, right? What is called that? Can anyone? Because can you recap the last class? That is a globalization. We have started, right? There is a Silk Road or something that how it is helping everything that we have seen, right? What happened, my dear? Yes or no? No voice. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at least can you remember that if you don't know the answer, that I will recall it. Whether that we have seen about globalization, right? There is some road, that map, everything they have shown you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Silk Road, something how the globalization helps. Okay, then we will see about this today also. That we are going to discuss about that continuation with that only. I will refresh about the last class and will continue about the new class. Okay. Hope it is visible, right? My screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is globalization and the society. These are the things that we have started. That globalization is the process of international integration arising from the interchange of worldviews, products, ideas, and other aspects of culture. Whatever that we are interchanging, that we are integrating the process of interchanging, that you can use my opinion, I can use your opinion, you can use my product. Today that we are all using Samsung mobile, whether it is a Samsung mobile is a brand of India. We are using Apple iPhone. Many of them we are using Apple iPhone, whether it is a brand of India. Anyone can you let us know that whether it is a Nokia? Earlier there is Nokia mobile phone is there, right? If the Nokia is a
Yes,
brand
sir.
of India, not like that, right? Their brand that we are using it now. If you go to the shop, if you wanted to take a dress that you are searching, if you wanted to wear a slipper that you are looking for a Puma. If you wanted to buy a shoe that you are looking for a Adidas, right? Something. Some many things that we can use anything that which is a branded, which is a more quality that we are looking for it. Peter England or something. Crocodile. Auto. It's all not brand of India. Auto is a brand of India, but many thing, right? There is a Samsung mobile because the daily usage that we are using other countries. How it is possible? Because of the globalization only, it can be possible. Okay, that is a globalization is the process of international integration. That is the country to country that we can integrating the interchange of world views, products and ideas and other aspects of culture. Sometimes we are using our culture, they are using our culture. It is also coming under the globalization. That is put in a simple word that put in a simple terms that globalization refers to the process that increase worldwide exchanges of national and cultural resources. Simply, it refers to the uh, process of exchanging the national and cultural resources. There is a world level. In the world level, that whatever that we are using it, then it is considered as a globalization. Advances in transportation, telecommunications infrastructure, including the rise of the telegraph and it posterity, the internet, the major factor in globalization or the major factors. Because for example, we are using now. Are you all aware about that bullet train, my dear students?
Yes, sir.
Students, bullet
Yes, sir.
train,
Yes, sir.
electric
Sir, can
train.
you repeat?
Bullet train, there is a fast train. There is a bullet. Metro train.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because that is not our country technology, right? It is already existing in some country that we are using their technology that we are implementing in our country. That is advances in transportation. Already that we are having railway
Sir, it is
networks.
in Japan.
Yeah. It was introduced in Japan. Now we are using that metro train in our India. There is still that the US country, they came up to the fifth generation of the network. But still now that our Indian government network, it's still that we have not reached 3G. Okay, how many of you using BSNL? That you can see there is no 4G network for BSNL, right? Our India is not updated, but still the students that we are using that Geo 4G, Airtel 4G, Vodafone 4G, it's not all the networks are not belonging to India except BSNL, right? Many private network came in India, but no one is sustaining, right? Everything is they have closed. That is different part. That is different story that I don't want to include in that, because that what we are using, because the Vodafone company, it's belonging to another country. They are introduced. They are updated their system. They come up to the 4G. So they have introduced that 4G network in India. Since we are using their technology here, there is advances. This is because of the globalization only they can introduce this. Otherwise, if there is no globalization, there is no country can enter. Then there is no country can use their technology in our country, means then we could not enter into the. This is we cannot access the all technology. Now we are using Apple laptop, Apple iPhone, iPad, internet, Alexa, something that we are using it. Alexa, it's all not our brand. Still that we are using Alexa. Can you sing for the song? That's something that we are doing it, right? Google. Google Assistant we are using that when your phone is away from your side, that you can use your Google Assistant. It's all technology advancement. Telecommunication infrastructure, right? Even you need not touch your phone. If you use your voice, then it will recognize you and then it will help you. Google Assistant, right? It's all whatever the technology that we are using. It's because if there is no globalization, if there is no globalization that these type of technology, we could not have used it. So that is refers to the process that increase of worldwide exchanges of national and cultural resources or ideas, everything whatever that we exchanging between the countries, then it is considered as a uh, what that is a globalization. Okay, then meaning, it is same thing. The term globalization is derived from the word globalize, which refers to the emergence of an international network of social and economic system. Which is because the term that from the globalize, they have derived the term that is a globalization, which refers to the emergence of an international network of social and economical system. One of the earliest known usages of the term as noun was in 1930, that publication entitled Towards New Education, where it denoted a holistic view of human experience in education. In that book, that is Towards New Education, which was published in 1930, the term that is which has been used, that is a globalized word has been used. The relative term corporate giants was coined by the Charles or something, and 1960 both terms began used as a synonyms by economists, and it is later 1980s only it came to the practice mainstream. Some of them have used it, but it is not that much. Okay, so it came to the practice during the 1980s only. That is globalization is the again that apply, there is a worldwide change of advantage, the same thing that what I told in the first slide. Again it is coming. Definitions. Swedish journalist Thomson Larason, he says that is in his book, The Race to the Top, The Real Story of Globalization. He wrote one book, that is Thomson Larson. He wrote one book that is The Race of the Top, The Real Story of Globalization, states that globalization is the process of world shrinkage, of distance getting shorter, things moving closer, and it pertains to the increase ease with which somebody on one side and the world can interact to the mutual benefit with somebody on the other side of the world. This is what he simply explains about the globalization is this is a world shrinkage. Oh, even if you are from India, from it is a US, it will become a very shorter. Since that we are using US mobile phone, we can shop it from here, right? Which is made from US. If you want anything US branded shirts or dress, whatever the technology that it can be sold out in the selling in the India itself, right? If you wanted to use US brand, you need not to go for US, right? If you, because now in this globalized world, it is possible now to get back all the items here, right? So that is a distance getting shorter, things moving closer, everything that will come to your hand. Even nowadays that we are went to the Amazon, right? Earlier distance getting shorter for the Indian product, so for US product we can get it in India, but now it's things moving closer, even in your home, in the doorstep, that you can get it through Amazon or Flipkart, whatever you want it. it is pertains to the increase is right. That is called, my dear, globalization. Otherwise, they cannot sell it out. That is a free form for the trade relationship. That is exchanging the resources or something. It's called globalization. Then when did globalization starts? Right, begin. That is ob- obis obsidian trade in you see there is a 6000 to 3000 BC it has been started. The economic globalization only, that is because of the economic globalization, that is for the money purpose it has been started. That you know that when we are seeing about the first unit, you can remember that the peoples have exchanged product for the money. Yeah, okay, because after somewhat they have developed as a human being, it is happened. So that because of that, that there is no country border or something, that from here to there that they are selling something, they are getting something. This is how the globalization has been started. But after 1980s only it is became normal in our India. When we enter into the globalization, anyone can you tell that when we enter into the globalization, who introduced it in India? 1980s, the globalization maybe started to use worldwide, because this information I shared in the last class. When did we, our India, has entered into the globalization? Whether that from when onwards that we are allowing that other countries can do their business, they can do their selling in our country, because before
1990, sir.
a particular year we cannot do it. Sorry, the
1990,
sorry.
sir. 1990 by Manmohan Singh.
Oh, good, super. That is at the time. Who is the Manmohan Singh? Dr. Manmohan Singh?
He was the financial minister, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, Reserve Bank governor at the time when he was introducing that the thing that he's a financial minister. Reserve, I think something is now he's our former prime minister, right? That you know that 1991 that he has introduced it. That is LPG. He's not only introduced globalization, he introduced the term called LPG, that is liberalization, privatization, and globalization from 1991, that he introduced when he was a Reserve Bank governor or a financial minister. I am not remember that. Sorry. After that, he became a prime minister. But at the time when he was introducing that as he said that is a financial minister or a Reserve Bank governor, he has held both the position. He's a good economist. What is that liberalization is that if they wanted to start any business, any countries, if they wanted to start any business in India, they can start, but that some liberalized rules, some tax exemption has been given to them. And privatization, after he introduced the privatization only, because now Tamil, that is a electricity board or many things that is owned by private country, you know that. Because anything that even that after that only that many airways comings, because what are the things they have taken, that is which is owned by the government, now the privates also taking a part in that. But still now there is a Indian railways only, it's not going to the private kind of private hand. But because in the metro something that it is also now they have entered in the 20th century, they have entered in 1990s. After they introduced that, still now there is a Indian railways only, it's not going into the private hand, but now they have started it to that. Because in all the areas, for the electricity, for the airways, for everywhere, for whatever the business they are doing it. But that education institution, healthcare, in everywhere that privatization has came after 1990s only. 1990 when he introduced these concepts. Then globalization, you know, that is trade relationship between these two, right? And this is a Silk Road or something, that is a Marco Polo, Christopher Columbus. They have introduced some road, right? Some roadcast they find it because of the globalization, that is China, Asia, it is connecting, right? That is a Silk Road. uh, because someone has introduced it. This is we have discussed elaborate. Now I will be telling you in a simple concept. If there is no globalization, you know, there is in the picture you can see that is China, Europe. There is a red color is called a established road. There is a blue color. If there is no connection, because of the globalization only, there is a connections between the countries has been established. If there is no globalization, the connection between the countries not being established. Because if the for example, if the China people want to go to the Europe, now you see the way they can go to the Persia, and from the Persia they can go to Europe. Still now there is no trade relationship between the Europe and China. There is a globalization has not been accepted between these two countries. If you see that picture, you came to know that. Okay. So if the China people want to go to the Europe, what will happen? They have to come to India, or if they cannot come to India, they can come to the Persia, and from the Persia they have to go to the Europe. They cannot go to the Europe directly. For example, for the India people, they can go to the Europe, right? Directly. There is a blue connection. There is something you see there it is. Because that is why, because the establishment between that is a relationship has been established. Uh, and the process it is started in the from World War One through the depression of the 1930s and the World War Two until the 19, but slowly 1950s only it has been started. The pace has picked up in the recent decades. The several driving forces after 1950s only that globalization the taking part. There is some several driving forces that we have discussed about this later. There is improvements in information technology. There is what are the IT software that what we are using it is we can do the trade relations, trade liberalization. That is I told you liberalization, that is some tax exemption, some liberalization on the trade activities that we can give the capital flows. There is a shareholders or concept has been introduced, cheap travel. Yes, I said in the road, if the China people want to go, if there is no connection between established, that they have to cross many countries. If they wanted to go one country, they have to cross 4 to 5 countries. They have to get the visa for all those countries. So but now it's becoming a cheap because of globalization and less rigorous migration immigration policies. Because of the globalization, now the trade relationship has been established, so immigration policies is become less rigorous. There is no that much harmful immigration policies, then marketing is becoming a very easy. Okay. And then and then proto globalization, modern globalization. Okay, there is a various aspects of globalization that we are going to see it. What are the different aspects of globalization? There's a different aspect of globalization is a global business organization, international trade, international tourism, international sports, socio-cultural globalization, internet, population growth, global health, global natural environment, global workforce, international migration. It's all the aspects of globalization. That's very we'll see one by one. That's a global business organization is with the improvements in transportation and communication. The international business grew rapidly after the beginning of 20th century. You know that is the improvement. There is many transportation and the communication. You know now many countries they have started to use 5G network. As I said, they are using advanced mobile phone than you, they are using advanced laptop than you, they are using advanced, they are going very advanced because that we are using what the advancement level in our country, right? That we are using it. There are many, because of the globalization, many countries if they have a good financial sound, then they are adopting the new technology. It's adopting one country's technologies, buying one country technology is not that much easy. We have to spend something, right? If we wanted to use their technologies in our country, then we have to pay something. For that we have to be soundful in finance, right? That is why that with the improvements in the transportation and communication, the international business grow rapidly. That is why we cannot buy it. That's why that we are allowing them to do their business directly. If they are coming and doing a business, they will be installing everything, they will be getting the money from us, they will be going like that. You see that still 2014, I think that 2014 or 15 when the Geo came out, you know, do you know that thing that's when Geo comes? Mostly how many years that you are using mobile phone? Students, can you tell? That's Geo's Indian brand. Geo's Indian brand, that is different. That how many years that you are all using mobile phone? Maximum, minimum. Can you tell?
Sir, 2 years.
Please 1 minute. Sorry, my dears. Uh, Actually, that we are using mobile phone because 2015 onwards that Geo came, right? Before that, there is you can that is 200 rupees per month for 1 GB or 2 GB data per month. That nowadays that we are using there is a 2 GB per day. For the 3 months that we are using 5,500 to 600. Then that means per month it is uh, wait a minute. Okay, after the Geo comes, sorry, there is some office by game, that's why. Okay, that is after the Geo comes, that is the technology that cost everything is becoming low. That is 20th century. It is many technologies because there are because once the Geo has introduced like this, then after that, what all the international company what they did is that is a Vodafone or Airtel, everything they are adopting the same policies. That is a per day policy, right? So they have adopted the per day policy. That's why that international business is going up, and that and also that international business includes all commercial transactions. There's a private sales, uh, investments, logistics, and transportation. That all between the two more regions, two more countries. Because between the you and me, there is a India and America. There is a private sales, that the investment, that logistics, transportation. It's nonsense. Where everything it's apart from the political boundary. It is developing a lot. This leads to the because of this after the globalization came only that form that leads to the formation of MNCs. That's a multinational corporation. There are many companies, they have started their own branches in the other countries. Now you see there is Nokia. Why we are saying Nokia's MNCs? Why we are saying Samsung's MNCs? Why we are saying PepsiCo's MNC? PepsiCo has production country in India, marketing company in the US, or headquarters in US, or marketing in somewhere else. There is a sales output there in every countries. That's why that we are saying it's a PepsiCo. It's a multinational company, right? You know that well-known MNCs include fast food companies such as McDonald. You know that is a McDonald, right? M brands. Vehicle manufacturer like General Motor, Ford Motor, Toyota, consumer electronic company like Samsung, LG, Sony, everything it came after the globalization only. Before that, it was a particular company. Samsung is a company which is it is a domestic company for international. United States of America, right? Ford is German something. There is that company, that country is that company which is belonging to the particular country. There is no they are all not called as MNCs. After that, globalization has been introduced in the world. What happened that all the companies they have started their own, because now that you can see Toyota showroom here in India. The Toyota is not Indian brand, right? Yeah, that's why. Because they are having, because that's a global, there are many organizations, there are business organization came up, and international trade. It has been developed. There is exchange of capital, goods, service across the international border has been developed. In most countries, such trade represents a significant share of GDP. You know that what is called GDP? There is a gross domestic product. There is a how many the product which is produced in the particular country is called a GDP. There is a ratio of the product which is produced in the country. Because even for the international trade, earlier you know that is Nokia. It belongs to the Finland company. They have their own production unit in our India. It's especially in our Tamil Nadu. It has been started. Now they have closed due to some political pressure or something. Beyond that, they have closed. Tax problem, they have closed it. So when they are producing their product in our country, our GDP, because they are producing in our country, even though they are from other country nation, but they are producing it in our country, so that our GDP is increasing little bit, right? That industrialization, advanced transportation, multiple multinational corporation, and outsourcing all have a major impact on world trade. The growth of international trade is a fundamental components of globalization. You know that is. Uh, this is because of this globalization, it has been introduced. There is international trade has been developed in all the way. There is a GDP, advanced transportation, multinational corporation, and outsourcing. It's everything that has been introduced. And international tourism, because of the globalization, there's a business tour. There's a like recreational, leisure, as a business purpose. The people have started to visit our country. The World Tourism Organization defines tourists as a people traveling to and satisfying in places outside their usual environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure, business, or other purpose. If the peoples that who are spending more than one year, then they may called as a tourist. There are many forms of tourism such as agro-tourism, birth tourism, culinary tourism, cultural tourism, eco-tourism, extreme tourism, geo-tourism, heritage tourism, medical tourism, nautical tourism, pop culture tourism, religious tourism. Wait, yes. Sorry, student. There are too much of disturbances coming today. I don't expect this one. Okay, because of the international tourism, it has been developed, and international sports. Because of the globalization, there are many sports events has been organized throughout the world. So there is a competition between these two countries. It came up, and socio-cultural globalization, which means the cultural globalization. There is a exchanging the cultural. What culture that I am using it, that same culture that you can use, right? That is the culture exchange has been done it in the thing. For example, the sushi is available in Germany as well as Japan, but Euro Disney outstores, that is the city of Paris, potentially reducing the demand for authentic French pastry. That whatever that we are using, that is has contact with maybe accommodated by the degrees in the uniqueness of one's isolated community. But whatever that for example, some product it may be used only in the part of Assam. I am saying for your understanding purpose. Later part, there is, so because of socio-cultural globalization, that if I came here and I land your culture, if I am implementing the same practice, if I believe it is a good, if I am the same, if I am implementing in my state, in my country, or in my state, because actually it happened to between the countries. If you're doing implementing it, that is it is called a socio-cultural globalization. Uh, then internet, and the internet is both the product globalization as well as the catalyst. The internet connects computer users around the world. According to the research firm IDC, the size of total worldwide e-commerce, when global business to business and consumer transactions are ordered together, will equal to the US dollar. That is 6 trillion in 2013, which means because of the internet, there is both because of the product, because there are many persons that are using that information development corporation, that is the size of total worldwide commerce, because that we are using that they're accessing the browser, right? That is a Google, Yahoo, Bing. There are many things that we are accessing it. Because of that only they have earned you the $16 trillion in 2013. They have earned it, that because of the internet. That is, internet means that if I am accessing the Google Chrome, that is like that we are using Cisco WebEx, right? Sometimes somebody that we are using a Google Meet, somebody we are using Zoom, like that. But for using those access, and also the worldwide e-commerce, that is purchasing the product, there's a browser itself, they have earned $16 trillion in 2013. Because of the, it's all happened because of the globalization and global workforce. There is exchange of labor, because the people from India, they can go and work in US. The people from US, they can come and work in India. From everywhere it is, there is a part. So as of 2012, the global labor consistent is approximately 3 billion workers, around 200 million unemployed. It is also happening that there's a global workforce, because there are many multinational companies that they are recruiting the local peoples, that is exchanging the labor, the international labor. It is also there in everywhere, not only the immigrant worker, transition migrant worker, telecommunicating worker, in all the area, they are started to recruiting it. So that 3 billion worker, around 200 million are unemployed, becoming because of this global workforce. And the dimension we can't see now, actually. It will take some another hour. The dimension that we will see, that is 4, that we will see in the next class. You have any doubt about this thing, my dear students?
No, sir.
Actually, today there is a too much disturbance in the class. Even I do feel, right? Extremely sorry for that. If you have any doubt,
No, sir.
No, sir.
okay, any doubt you can ask me, then otherwise we'll disperse. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.